guys? My name's Stefan, I'm Botanist Cool, and today's the first day of the Streamers for PCRF charity fundraiser event over on Twitch and YouTube. I am partnering with a bunch of amazing content creators to raise money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, which is an organization that provides medical aid to those who cannot access it in their local communities, specifically in places like Gaza right now, where they are working to help restore and aid those affected by the current humanitarian crisis. They supply food, water, fresh medical supplies, medical aid, and they are working to build a field hospital in central Gaza with the aid of the World Health Organization and Doctors Without Borders. This organization is a fantastic organization that I want to do my best to support in the ways I can. So if you guys would like to join me on that, please make sure to take a look at all the donation links down below in the description. See all the cool people doing really cool events and join them in helping them, raise money for this amazing cause. It's a great cause, and I hope you guys are able to help us in whatever way you can. Even a $1 donation makes a massive difference. So thank you for listening to that. Let's get started with the Stardew Valley talk. If you guys remember from my last video, I hated my field at the time. It was so big, so blobby, so amorphous. It was just a load of miscellaneous stuff thrown around doing dumb things, and I really hated it, and I really wanted it to change. So at the very end of the last season, I started changing the plans a little bit. So I went to Pierre, I bought a whole bunch of blueberry seeds, a whole bunch of tomato seeds, a whole bunch of melon seeds, yada yada yada. I bought a bunch of seeds that I want to use and do and work with, and I bought a lot of starfruit seeds from Sandy as well, because I want to get that going. I really want to get those starfruits out there to make a lot of starfruit wine. And I started digging up the plots around me. Now you guys can already see the plots look quite different. There's a central plot now that is a lot thinner, and the two plots on the side are of course the same size as they were before. And I like this look a lot overall. I do plan on putting pathways in there later on. However, this season I actually didn't get to it, even though it is quite simple. I was able to actually plant a lot in the area, even though it seems quite limited. I can make sure to get the summer squashes down, the blueberries down, the tomatoes down, a whole bunch of those star fruits in the middle down with a bunch of fertilizer that made them grow really fast, the hot peppers down, and the melons down. There's a lot of stuff I was able to put down, and it's gonna make me a lot of good money, I'm gonna tell you that much. I took a look over at the animals. The animals are doing just fine. In all honesty, I'm not focusing on them too much. I'm waiting till I get the dinosaurs so I can eventually just get rid of the animals, because I don't really care for them, if I'm being perfectly honest. I also decided that today was the day I was going to start really working with the actual greenhouse and seeing what I can do to make it easier for me to get a whole bunch of stuff, like either the sweet gemberries or more star fruits, etc. And I decided I'm putting a whole bunch of star fruits in this new segment on the right hand side for the greenhouse. And I actually think I'm going to keep it along this design to have only that one area in the middle that's empty and have these two sides, which, by the way, are not symmetrical, and it bothers the absolute hell out of me, be filled with plants that I am able to work with. I went into the shed where I have all my brewing materials, and I started editing it out. I started adding more kegs and making it a little bit better for me to work with. And then I also went back to Robin to add a whole dining room to my house. We actually have quite a bit of house renovations to do, and that is going to take a while. I finally got to work over here on Willie's boat to start heading my way towards Ginger Island, and it was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie. The hardwood only took like a day to get. I already had all the battery and all the iridium, so I put that in real quick. And just a few moments later, I saw Willie and Robin working on it. No big deal. And I was ready to visit Ginger Island for the very first time ever, which was super exciting. Ginger Island was a fun place to visit, not just because it had really cool crabs and turtles and all that kind of stuff. It was just a really big breath of fresh air. There's a lot I could do on this island that I hadn't been able to do anywhere else, and a lot of new seeds I found over on this island, including like the taro root seeds, banana tree seeds, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I even found like this ship request thing journal. I was like, we're all dying, we're all dead, bye. Found this weird old kid who was like hanging out with the parrots, gave the parrots a whole bunch of golden walnuts, and I decided, hey, listen, I give the parrots more golden walnuts, the kid's gonna like me, we'll be able to talk to him, explore the island better. And as I was exploring the island, I found a volcano full of magma cap mushrooms and a bunch of strong enemies that I was nowhere near ready to face at that moment. I walked around outside of the volcano. I found over here the Joja bird, which is really funny. I really appreciated that they added in Joja to Ginger Island as well. They could have just been like, yeah, Joja doesn't exist anymore because you like got rid of them, or Joja's just not part of Ginger Island, but they decided, hey, we're gonna keep incorporating this part of the story, and it's gonna be a little funny thing. You got a bird, you pay it, it gets you the golden walnuts instead of you actually having to find the golden walnuts, which they are pretty well hidden all throughout. Even like this little area had one at the very bottom, just hidden. Overall though, I decided I'm not ready to really take on Ginger Island just yet. I still haven't taken on most of Skull Cavern, so I went back home, started preparing for things. I even got another star drop by giving like Master Cannoli or whatever his name is here a sweet gemberry, which they made me quite a bit of good money. I'm not gonna lie, I got to make more money off those guys and pad up my bank a little bit because I have some renovations to do over home. I decided that we're gonna be making like a little tavern in that dining room over there, and it was hard to choose a design. I kept going between where I wanted the tables, why nothing lines up properly, because nothing was lining up properly. Nothing is symmetrical in this goddamn house. It is annoying. It is just as annoying as the mayonnaise soup I have to make to give the governor a good time at the luau. But overall, there's a lot of very good stuff about the area where I could just go in, get all that mead that I had made, get all the wine that I had made, and sell a bunch of stuff. And I made a lot of money. Surprisingly, the mead did not make a lot of money. The mead was only like 800 bucks a pop each, but with everything that I was selling, I made over 500,000 buckaroonies there, and I'm pretty happy with it. Depending on the part of the farm you're looking at, there were some light renovations and some heavy renovations. In the house, we didn't change a lot of the rooms. We saw the preserves area, the TV area, and of course, that crafting area on the top, the bedroom. But I did change this top right area to be like a little wizard study area. It's going to be changing a lot more in time, so we'll see how that goes. I did change the aquarium background area here because I like this wallpaper better. Might change it again. And I started working on that tavern area, which I am still a little skeptical about, but I'll change it however I want to change it. The cellar is full of wine. The orchard outside is growing a bunch of fruits, which is making a bunch of wine, and a lot of preserves, so those apricots have not been fully used. The mushroom cave is working as it's supposed to be, and we actually need a lot more stuff for it. We have a whole bunch of crops on the outside. We grew a whole bunch of star fruit, and they are all just waiting to be used for juminos and stuff. The animals are fine. In all honesty, again, I'm not focusing on the animals heavily. I don't really care to. That's not the whole point of this area. Instead, what I did this season was really worked with the greenhouse, which you're going to see in a second. Filled it up with a whole bunch of star fruit and a whole bunch of really good crops like the sweet gem berries. And I'm going to be using that a lot more in the future. If you guys like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. I want to make sure that I continue growing off my content, including this here Stardew Valley content, which is a great joy for me. So I love any support you could give. And speaking of support, if you guys can, check out the Streamers for PCRF event happening down below. I'm going to be putting a whole bunch of links in the description, and there's a lot of really cool stuff you should take a gander at there, including those people who are participating in the event, and of course, the PCRF organization itself, which again is supplying life-giving medical aid to those who need it over in Gaza and helping to reestablish the population there and the buildings there and the medical aid there to do their best to fight against this horrible humanitarian crisis happening to those living in Gaza. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all had a good one. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, and I'll see you soon. Bye everyone.